Why are you still alive today? Because I've managed not to die thus far. Statistically speaking, that's a pretty solid strategy. Keep it up. It's super easy. I've done it successfully 100% of the time. Because I have to pay taxes! I can't let them down! Because I have big boobs. I was in a bad car crash. 60 miles per hour to zero in about 3 feet. My chest hit the steering wheel, hard, even though the airbag deployed and my left breast acted like an auxiliary airbag. I bled into that instead of my chest cavity. Poor thing was badly bruised and I'll never be a model now, but I'm still here to tell the tale. I knew a girl that didn't have big boobs who had a similar wreck before there were airbags. Her car was towed and she caught a ride and showed up at the bar a little later than expected. She drank and smoked and danced until she collapsed. A friend followed the ambulance to the hospital and later reported that the girl had a broken rib and punctured lung. When they put a tube into her chest to release the pressure, cigarette smoke came out. I was diagnosed with stage 3 bowel cancer in December of 2018. I had everything surgically removed from my pelvis. This is called a total pelvic exenteration. I had about a year of tough chemotherapy and radiotherapy. Things aren't exactly easy with my new body, 2 stoma bags for life and various other problems. But I was saved by very significant medical and surgical intervention. Since then, 4 years of clear scans. I'm glad you're still here. For revenge. To be better than everyone who ruined my life. Yeah, I don't want to give them the satisfaction. Also, I want to better myself as a way of saying, fuck you. It's satisfying to prove people wrong about me and to eventually hear them say it. They never thought I would succeed, treated me like trash, and now they're asking me for help. If I was him, I would worry less about the gods and more about the fury of a patient man. Ragnar Lothbrok. I am very patient. Spite has fueled me through some of the most challenging times of my life, especially coming from loads of abuse. I just use it to my favor. The voice in my head isn't mine. It's the collective voice of everyone who abused me, and it wants me to fail. I push hard against it. Those people all wanted me to fail, wanted me to crash hard, wanted me stay down and stay silent and give up. My biggest move of spite is to keep going and piece my life back together and become stronger. Not because of them, because of me. I've survived some shit to the point where people ask me how I did it. Hard to explain, it's the hatred that gets me through. The best revenge is a life well lived. My boyfriend, now husband, stopped me from taking my own life. I left his apartment and headed to a town 2 hours away from home to do it. I told him I was fine and I'd see him later. He knew something was off though. He said, "Okay babe, I'll see you later." I started driving. I finally got to my destination. I got out of my car and guess who gets out of his car behind me? My boyfriend. He followed me for 2 hours. Long story short, he managed to get me at home. We sat and talked. He made me talk. We've been married for 7 years now. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. Bless his intuition. That is true love right there. I hope you're doing better now. I don't want to hurt my family. The only thing keeping me hanging. Literally. I wouldn't be here right now, but I don't want to hurt the people around me. Had my brushes with depression, suicide, and the self-hatred that circulates it all. I do want to remind you all, as I have to remind myself frequently, that most people don't walk around wanting to die all the time. That is a symptom of an illness. It's like having a stomach ache. If it's persistent, you should seek medical help for it. Just don't want you to feel like it's some personal deficiency or moral failing. It is a symptom. You wouldn't be pissed at yourself for having a stomach ache. You shouldn't be pissed at yourself if your neurochemicals get out of alignment. Our brains are built by evolution for one thing, survival. If your brain starts not wanting to survive, it means something is wrong in the circuitry. There's no shame in wanting to fix that. Maybe I'm narrowcasting. This is really mostly my internal monologue externalized. But with all that said, I know how difficult it is to access healthcare in some parts of the world, especially mental health care. If it's not available to you, that's not your fault either. Just go easy on yourself. You're fighting like hell. It takes a lot of courage. The IED went off a few milliseconds early and completely destroyed the Humvee's engine compartment instead of going off under my seat. Honestly, I'm surprised I made it this far. Same. I survived a suicide attempt at 15 and was hospitalized twice this past year for depression. I won't allow Mitch McConnell to outlive me. How is he still alive? Seriously though, I hope you're here long after he's gone. Life threw some punches. I hit back. Alright, I've been thinking. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day it thought it could give lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down. With the lemons! I'm going to get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down. My daughter was just born, and I love her. Because I got married and started a family. If the multiverse theory is real, this is probably the only one where I am still alive. I have a terrible combination of extreme disrespect, dislike for authority, high adrenaline need, and low regard for personal safety. There could have been so many ways to end up in car crashes or police shootouts, but I ended up with very pedestrian responsibilities. Other people count on me coming home safe every day. This is the way. Otherwise, the intrusive thoughts could have won years ago. If the multiverse theory is real, there's an infinite number where you found your wife and stayed alive. You got this man. Reading your comment made me genuinely happy for you. Infinity makes this likely, but not definite. There is a possibility of, out of infinite universes, only one occurrence where they were alive this long. The multiverse theory is not that there are infinite universes, and that every possibility we can think of exists among them, because there are different sizes of infinity, and because determining what possibilities are possible, let alone happen interdimensionally, you could end up with an infinite and unique string of universes in which the commenter never lives longer than in this one. It's like the old "a monkey and a typewriter and infinite time" example. That monkey could end up typing the complete works of Shakespeare, or he could mash that D key for all of eternity. 'Cause I drink pure water and breathe fresh air. The thing about that is, 100% of people that drink water will die, because my pets need someone to take care of them, and that someone is me. Same. My answer appeared so simply in my mind. Because of my cat. We met. He has needs. I'm here. I can help. He deserves a safe, happy life, and it turns out I can do that. Which brings me peace and calm and so much love. Cat circle. When I didn't want to be here, I thought of the pain my sister and mom would have faced if I left. I stayed and suffered for them. After that period, my dog was the only reason I got away from the abuse from other families and survived it. I'm so glad I did today. My life is so amazing. I've had to fight hard for it, though. Because I was born and didn't die yet. Rehab in 2013 for a massive alcohol addiction. Was drinking 2 large bottles of vodka a day and was even escorted to drinking alcohol with hand sanitizer. I celebrated 10 years sober last Nov and am now married, have a son, and own a home. Amazing what happens when you take and embrace the help offered. This is amazing. You are amazing. You went from a canyon of addiction, funneling your life into a painful abyss, to crawling out of it and creating, molding, and shaping a life both for you and your son that anyone would be proud of. And that is so much more than most people would be able to do. I admire your strength and tenacity. My daughter. She was 8 years old now, going to be 13. She saved my life. Okay, I want to know more. How did 15 people upvote this and no one wants the story? Spill it, please. I had a cerebral aneurysm. My daughter was in the room with me. It was a regular weekend morning. I was sitting down with my cup of coffee and she was watching TV. I felt no pain, just felt very drowsy. Decided to go to the bathroom, got up, my coffee spilt, and I fell on the ground and lost all consciousness. She had the awareness to call her dad and tell him. Her dad thought she was joking. She then FaceTimed him. He saw me and rushed home. Long story short, I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. Had surgery, had to learn to do everything again, including sitting, walking, and eating by myself. The doctor said even a half-hour delay, I probably wouldn't be here. 2012. I was going to end my life. After work, I went to the liquor store. My plan was to finish the bottle as I crashed into a lake. No one knew I was having an episode. I just left work and went. After I got into my car, I cracked the bottle. 20-minute drive to the lake, down this huge hill. My car just had to make it past the guardrail. My phone rings. It's my friend. He says, "Steve, what's going on? God told me to call you." I lost it, dumped the bottle, and went home. I'm supposed to be here. That's why I'm here today.